Hey guys, what's up? It's Dezi again, and welcome to my first day of my 31 Days of Halloween series. I got my witch's hat on and I'm feeling pretty witchy, so yeah, it's great. So my very first video of this series is going to be about the history behind Halloween, or Samhain, and how it came to be Halloween as we know it today. And yeah, I hope you guys find this entertaining and a little educational. So a lot of people get Halloween and Samhain mixed up with each other. Basically, Samhain is a religious holiday. Actually, back in the day, Gaelics used to practice this tradition, and they would have a dinner of the dead. It's basically the Day of the Dead for them, and it was basically just a way for them to celebrate life through death. So Christians actually wanted them to convert to Christianity, so they thought, what better way could they do that than to overlap holidays? So any saint that did not have a specific holiday for them to be worshipped, that was their day. They celebrated it alongside Samhain. Now there was a mass that you would attend on All Saints' Day, and it was called All Hallows Mass, and it was held on All Hallows Eve. So basically over time, people shortcutted the words and ended up calling it Halloween. The history of Samhain dates back to the Gaelic calendar. It is actually one of the 4 main festivals of healing on the Gaelic calendar. It marks the end of fall and the beginning of winter. According to Irish tradition and mythology, Samhain is the day that the doors physically opened from this world and the next world, and spirits and your ancestors were able to travel back and forth between the veil. Before that, the Celts called this time of year the Feast of the Dead. They would actually leave food and treats for their dead ancestors to honor them and to nourish them on their journeys between the two worlds while they came and visited them during this very special time of the year. They would also leave extra seats around the dinner table and around the fireplace to welcome their deceased family members, to make them feel more at home and part of the heart of the home. There were actually apples that were buried alongside of the roads for spirits who had passed and didn't have any family living anymore, who their entire family had already passed, and they had buried them on the side of the road for these spirits so that they were taken care of as well, and they were able to have energy for their trips. In the southern hemisphere, Samhain is celebrated on May the 1st, just for their seasonal differences, and that's basically when we would be celebrating Beltane. Samhain is one of the biggest Sabbats for Wiccans. The Wheel of the Year has actually made a full circle, and for a lot of Wiccans that means it's their new year, which is why we call it the Witch's New Year. This is the third and final part of our harvest, and it's a warning that winter is coming. The days after this, the days will grow shorter and darker, and the darkness will consume everything. It is the time of the year to say goodbye to the year that has passed, and to honor and celebrate your loved ones who have passed. This is the time of the year where the sun god and the horn god, that represents the green earth, animals, fertility, starts to descend into the underworld, which lifts the veil between us and Summerland. So this makes it the best time of year to do a lot of divining. You have your ancestors' power behind you, and it just gives you that extra oomph for your spells. It's the best time for us to communicate with our loved ones as well. The triple goddess is in her crone phase, and she swallows the sun god and the horn god, and she will give birth to them again with hope and promise when the winter solstice or Yule comes around. Now, how do you celebrate Samhain? Personally, myself, I do a lot of shadow work, as well as anything that I want to let go of throughout the whole year that has been burdening me. I will generally make a list and I will burn it of the things that I don't want to hold on to anymore, that I feel like are holding me back. And then I'll make a list of things that I want to bring into my life. And this year I actually want to do the same thing, but I'm going to be writing them on bay leaves and then burning them, part of a ritual. And then I'll be writing things I want to keep and bring into my life onto bay leaves, and I'll be hanging them around my altar. Altar stones and crystals for the time of Samhain: black tourmaline, smoky quartz, obsidian, brass. Those are all really good crystals to have at your altar and to use around this time. Herbs and incense that you can use are things like nutmeg and mint, anything from your herb garden. If you have a herb garden and you have not yet harvested from it, I would do that now. It's always a fun thing to do around this time of year. And then you'll have all your herbs that you've grown throughout the whole summer for all your spell work for the rest of the winter. Things like rosemary and I believe apple leaf are really good as well. Pumpkin seeds and any type of seeds are really good to leave as offerings as well and to use in spell work. Now, how do you decorate your altar? For me, I'll be leaving photos of my loved ones up amongst my decorations. I actually gathered some pine cones and I got some from actually Dollarama that I want to keep. I like to put gourds up on there as well. I like to light candles. White candles and black candles are actually really good for this time of year. Black candles are actually one of the warmest candles, so they're going to attract the spirits to come and visit you of your dead loved ones that you are hoping to see or communicate with. If you do go into nature, I would definitely make sure you ask before you take anything, and then I would definitely, when you're done with it, bring it back and put it back to where you found it. Samhain is traditionally the celebration of the last harvest, and that means the slaughtering of all the animals that they had raised throughout the year. It's a sad thought, a little upsetting to think about, but it's nice to think back on the sacrifices that they gave and to honor them for that. Candles and colors that you can leave on your altar: black, silver, orange, gold, white. Candles are all really great. White represents the moon and gold represents the sun. Orange represents the earth in its current state. If you don't have candles, or if you want to, draping cloth or ribbon on your altar is also a really nice thing to do. And a lot of people actually like to wear these colors throughout the day. Some people wear all black to kind of honor the ones that have passed. Some wear all white, actually as a way to trick negative spirits into thinking they are a spirit themselves. Throughout the day, some people like to change and wear costume, and this is another way to honor the dead as well. Some people like to dress up in like skeletons or ghosts or ghouls. So like I said, this is the best time of year for divination. For myself, I'll be doing tarot cards this year. I'll be doing some shadow work in my new journals. I'll be doing a meditation on letting go and releasing and attracting what I do want into my life. And I think I'll be working with the moon a little bit if it plays out to my liking and there's a full moon on Halloween. I'm not very sure. I have to check, but I would like to do something with the moon for sure. It's actually a really great time to rebuild your altar as well, or renew any of the tools that you want to use when you are within your altar, like your wand or your besom, or just rearranging and adding new items that you want to work with. Sorry that the position changed. Where were we? Fun fact, actually, pumpkin carving was actually a Gaelic tradition, and it actually originated when the Gaelics would carve faces into yams or turnips and leave a spirit candle inside and leave them on the doorstep to scare away negative spirits. I want to like redecorate my altar. Again, I want to do that list with the big leaves and the burning to release. I actually want to try some scrying. I want to do pumpkin carving. That's like my favorite thing. And I want to pick my very own pumpkin again like I did last year. I want to go to Hayes Farms. It's like my new tradition, and enjoy like the farm life there and see the animals, and you can actually pick your own pumpkins there, and I'm gonna carve a whole bunch of those because it's one of my favorite things to do. I actually want to try Harmony Nice's vegan buttermilk bread. She posted up the recipe on her Instagram a while ago, and she actually made a video of it as well on her channel, so definitely go check that out if you want to try it. I definitely want to try that this year and put a charm on it because I've never really worked with charms a whole lot, and I think that would be really fun. And this year I think I want to just really sit and reflect on my choices from the past year and really focus on what I want to bring forth into my life. Again, doing some shadow work and sitting with my journal. I'll probably be doing a morning meditation in the morning, and then probably go to Hayes Farms and pick my pumpkins. And I also want to do like a prayer of thanks to like my guardians as well as my ancestors for guiding me throughout the year, and kind of like really pay homage to them, because that's really what this holiday is about celebrating the loved ones who have passed and are no longer with us. So that's it, guys. That is my first video for my 31 days of Halloween, and stay tuned because it's going to be plenty more, one video a day for the next 31 days. If you have any questions, comments, definitely leave them down below. I will definitely read every single comment, seeing as I don't have a whole lot of commenting on my page right now, and I can answer them all. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like my content or want to see more from me. I'll definitely be posting a lot more after the 31 days of Halloween. I'm thinking I'm going to be posting on a weekly basis, from all things metaphysical to music related, maybe some of my art videos, and my body painting, and just anything creative. So hopefully I'll be posting a lot more about that in the coming new year as well. So if you are interested in any of that, definitely like and subscribe like I said, and all of my social media links are going to be down in the description box below, as well as a link to my website. Bye guys, and I'll see you tomorrow!